We're tracking this major political war that has broken out between Mamata Banerjee and the Narendra Modi government here at the centre. And my question for Mr. A.P. Singh, the former CBI director. Mr. Singh, would you agree that both parties, be it the TMC and also the BJP, are in some way responsible for using this Sharda chit fund scam to their own political gains? Both of them, both the SIT, which was appointed by the West Bengal government, and the CBI have been chided by the Supreme Court several times in the past. In fact, in 2018, the Supreme Court told both of them not to summon each other's officers.
Well, I'm really not aware of all the facts of this case because it didn't happen in my time, and I can't comment on any political battle that's going on. I can only say is that maybe a slightly different procedure should have been followed yesterday, and we need not have got into this confrontation situation, because this also puts the CBI officers at great risk and danger. You know, because you're dealing with a police force of the local police headed by the local police commissioner. So you are unnecessarily exposing your officers to assault, injury, you know, getting them confined. So it could have been handled in a far more tactful manner. That is my only comment on this case.
And what does this really do to the image of the CBI? They're all IPS officers. What does this do to the force?
Yeah. Well, obviously, as I said, if it had been tactfully handled, there should have been no problem. The government would have ordered, or the court would have ordered the police commissioner to appear before the CBI. He's only being wanted for questioning. Why he is not appearing before them is also a mystery, because he could have easily appeared at any, you know, they say they've sent him 3 or 4 summons. He should have appeared, and from his side also, if he had appeared, then this problem would not have been there. Yeah, he should have appeared when they called him. I don't know why he has not appeared. So it's from both sides.
All right,
all right. CBI also, and also
it's from both sides.
Police commissioner.
Mishandling from both sides. The police commissioner should have also appeared before the CBI. But Mr. Saugata Roy, why is Mamata Banerjee going out of her way to go on Dharna? When did a chief minister sit on a Dharna with the police commissioner to save him? Isn't this all being done with 2019 in mind, to get the opposition together, to show that she's the face of the opposition?
The CBI attempt to interrogate the police commissioner is because of Mamata Banerjee's efforts to get all the opposition parties together. The central government is using the CBI for vendetta, for intimidating officers of the state government. As Mr. Singh, former director, clearly said, that they violated the protocol in not informing the chief secretary of the state or the chief minister's office of their intention to interrogate the police commissioner. What was the urgency not having questioned him for 5 years? Why they suddenly tried to barge into the commissioner's house with 40 people without permission? This is not only a violation of protocol, it's a violation of the basic infrastructure of center-state relation. It's a very dangerous step that the central government, its political leadership, asked the CBI to take. And remember, this interrogation was ordered by the interim director of CBI around yesterday, only when a new CBI director had taken charge, was selected only on 3 p.m. on 2nd February. The central government was in a hurry. Because they wanted to act before the new CBI director had taken charge. It's a dangerous procedure that someone was in a hurry.
Mr. Roy, I'm going to come to that. I want to get in the Congress at this point. You know, Sanjay, Rahul Gandhi called up Mamata Banerjee. Probably you'll be sending Congress's supporters also there. But the fact is, Congress had questioned the Sharda scam in the past. And I'd like to ask you this question. Do you think that the Sharda chit fund case needs to be investigated or not? Because way back in 2014, and I have this article from the Telegraph, April 19th, 2014, where they say that at a meeting in neighboring Murshidabad, Congress Vice President Rahul had said Mamata ji is protecting those behind the Sharda scam, in which around 20 lakh families have had to suffer, and over rupees 18,000 crore rupees was embezzled.
Parikshit, can I answer your question very quickly? I don't. Let's accept it. Even Mamata Banerjee has appointed an SIT to look into the Sharda scam. I don't think anybody in their right senses is saying that if there has been financial skullduggery, it should not be investigated. But look at the political hypocrisy of Shaina's party. Mukul Roy, who's now joined the BJP and who, by the way, figured in the Sharda scam, is now happily ensconced without anybody questioning him at all. I would say the CBI, instead of going all the way to Kolkata,
but Sanjay, it's the political convenience of it all. It is the political convenience of it all. In 2014, both the Congress president and Rahul Gandhi, the vice president at that time, attacked West Bengal government over the Sharda chit funds case, and today you extend support.
But Parikshit, you got to look
today
at the
it is an attack on democracy.
By the way, Parikshit, look at the difference. We are not saying that there should not be a proper forensic investigation of the alleged scam. We are saying there is a certain parliamentary or there's a certain government protocol. Now, you have a government of Narendra Modi. You can see the institutional degradation of the CBI. Look at the fact that Mukul Roy, who's an accused, who's now moved from the TMC to the BJP, has he been asked questions by the CBI? I mean, these are fundamental points. Now, police commissioner of Kolkata, by the way, which is a very big city, a sensitive city, I mean, it's a very critical role in civic administration. Now, you have the CBI, a massive 40 number. It looks like a very intimidating number of people who are suddenly land up in Kolkata, totally unauthorized. They have not bothered to intimate anybody in the state government, and they want to come and start interrogating the police commissioner. I mean, doesn't it appear to you to be absolutely atrocious, absurd, and authoritarian? I think this is a danger for democracy because, end of day, what is a federal structure all about? I remember Narendra Modi trying to delay the GST for 8 years, because he said we need independence of states and the federal, the cooperative federalism must be respected. And Narendra Modi today is making the laughing stock of what should be the independence of states.
I want to get in some quick questions. I want to get in some quick questions from all our panelists. And Shaina NC, coming to you at this point, isn't this a worrying point for the BJP? Look at how all the opposition is getting together. Leave the investigation. Look at the politics of it. Akhilesh Yadav, Omar Abdullah, politicians from across the political spectrum, the DMK, all of them have reached out to Mamata Banerjee over this. Isn't the Narendra Modi government getting cornered on this issue? What happens to your mission West Bengal?
Firstly, we're not here in any capacity to insulate anybody. So contrary to what Mr. Jha says, with deep respect, let me say that if there is somebody who has manipulated the system, let them be brought to task. If not, let's not sit here on a witch hunt. Now, investigative agencies have to be allowed the freedom to perform in accordance with the law, in accordance with Constitution, and in this case, in accordance with the Supreme Court. And what were they doing? They were only questioning Mr. Rajiv Kumar. Obviously, the insecurity that one sees with the Trinamool Congress is because the BJP is its direct opponent in West Bengal, and in the days to come, their days are numbered. So if they want to give it a kind of a political stint to try and suggest that the Central Bureau of Investigation is doing something which is unconstitutional or not in accordance with law, let me please tell you, the voter in India is extremely intelligent. They see the way the things have unfolded, and they do understand what is the difference between political vendetta and political will. There are two differences there, Parikshit, which are very important to highlight. Political will is when you do not spare anyone or insulate anyone, and political vendetta is when you get after your opponent only to prove a point.
Okay, so we're not going to, this is probably not the last fight that we're seeing between the TMC government and the Narendra Modi government here at the centre. But the question is also about the credibility of these agencies. The Central Bureau of Investigation is, of course, going through a crisis of credibility right now. Let's see how this political battle unfolds in the days to come. Saugata, Roy, Shaina NC, Sanjay Jha, thank you very much for joining us.